what you know about rolling down in the deep. When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people
Welcome to another edition of Let It Be Known. Lots of news going on, but we are, never should we forget to mention, we are brought to you by March On, a enthusiastic, to say the least, women led pack that seeks to restore democracy and look for the most qualified and best Democratic candidate there is. And the Bell Project, who is continually helping tens of thousands of families reunited and to uh, push legislation and laws that will eliminate cash bail. So thank you. And again, another lots going on. Another day where I say lots going on, but some good, if not interesting, if not good news coming out of the WNBA as they have reached a deal. Yes, a new CBA in the WNBA as players, as the league will have its first $1 million players after they agreed in principle on a transformational new collective bargaining agreement yesterday. Specifics still needs to be finalized over the next few weeks as lawyers on both sides will work hard to finish this CBA. A term sheet should be done, they say, within a couple of days. It will then need to be ratified by the players and then approved by the league's board of governors. The landmark deal is expected to greatly increase player salaries, with top stars potentially make it a super max of 1.4 million in the first year. It doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it's a whole lot more than what they had. According to various reports, the cap for the 2026 season is expected to be 7 million, with average salaries more than $585,000. Of course, that's a whole lot more than the, what was it, $60,000 average salary that they were seeing, something along those lines. I think the minimum was about 60,000, but the minimum will advance to $300,000. The league is now, believe it or not, entering its 30th season. So this deal increases salaries fourfold, and it came after the two sides spent the past 8 days locked down in intense negotiations. Various folks say it lasted more than 100 hours. Then at about 2:20 a.m. yesterday, the agreement came, and it comes 17 months after the players opted out of their previous agreement and 5 months after the previous deal was initially set to expire. And so now they're gonna have to do a sprint to get to opening day, which is May 8th, to get this all finalized. And then they're gonna have an expansion draft. They got 2 new teams from Toronto and Portland, and they gotta negotiate with the more than 80% of players who are free agents this offseason. That's gonna be interesting. You're probably gonna see players change teams. Um, we saw a video online of Angel Reese kinda celebrating the deal, or appear to be celebrating the deal. The camps are set to open on April the 19th, 6 days after the college draft. So the WNBA secures a deal. And I've been saying for a long time that, I mean, like everybody else, you know, they deserve to be paid, yes. My issue had always been, could the WNBA afford to pay them? People say, pay them like NBA players. They're still not yet there, folks. Now, if this is this deal fair? Is this deal fair? Well, the players negotiated it, and it's a huge increase. Imagine being on your job You coming in and you're making 60 grand and your union negotiates a deal. Now you're going to make at least 300 grand. I think many of us would take it. And now the Angel Reeses of the world, the Caitlin Clarks of the world, they're going to be making millions on the court. So, there is a lot to like about the deal. I'm pretty sure it's some things not to like about it, but it's a give and take thing when you're in collective bargaining. But kudos to them for sticking with it. And there was an alternative. I would imagine during the negotiations that Unrivaled came up. Just like years ago when, they had the USFL. And now they got another version of the USFL, but the USFL in the '80s was a direct, at least the NFL saw it as a direct threat, and it was never a direct threat, but they saw it that way. Donald Trump saw it that way. He was the owner, one of the owners of, I believe, the New Jersey Generals at the time. That's why Herschel Walker's still in love with Donald Trump. Um, but the USFL, their plot all along was to be the ABA of football and to eventually merge with the NFL, and the NFL said, "Nah, no thank you." Um, Happy Thursday and congratulations to Prairie View men's basketball team. They won their opening round game. And yes, we're gonna get to that. Afroman did the unthinkable. And Mike V says, yeah. Arena football too. Exactly. Exactly. And so the WNBA, they have accomplished the players have accomplished something that they hadn't been able to accomplish in the first almost 30 years. Yeah. And they're getting there, folks. They're getting there, and, at this pace, well, the last couple of years pace anyway, maybe you will start to see 15, $20 million a year players in the WNBA. Not that they don't deserve it, but you got some young ladies coming out of college that we thought the class with, Angel Reese and Caitlin, Clark or something, and we got some class, coming out of, um, college. So we will see. Now to a story that, this guy, good for this one. Look, I mean, this is awesome. Awesome stuff. Afroman, the Grammy winning, Grammy nominated rapper, won a defamation lawsuit that he filed, or that was filed by 7 Ohio sheriff's deputies who sued him over music videos in which he used home security footage to mock their raid of his home. You talk about thin skinned. That's too thin skinned to be carrying a gun and a badge. And Afroman proclaimed that we did it, America. Yeah, we did it. And you see the jacket there with the flag on it and everything. He said freedom of speech, right on, right on. This is what he shouted outside the courthouse. He later posted the clip to social media. And the case tested the limits of parody and the license artists can take in social commentary directed at public figures. The deputies collectively sought nearly $4 million in damages. And he said, and he's right, no reasonable person would expect a police officer not to be criticized. They've been called names before. His attorney said, Afro Man is known for he's best known for Because I Got High. The song. But the videos that he posted show rifle wielding deputies busting down his front door, searching his shoes and suit pockets, and eyeing cake on the kitchen table, inspiring one song's titled Lemon Pound Cake. Like we said, talk about snowflakes. And yeah, RG, pound cake fits that cop to a T, he says. But the thing about it is, it's so dangerous. And this is, and look, even the very popular Fonnie Willis was taken to task by the rap community and others for using lyrics to build a RICO case and the whole uh, uh, what's the rapper's name? Gunna and them, and it's a dangerous thing to do. Now, do I agree with these rappers all the time doing saying certain things? No. Do they push the limits sometimes of free speech? Probably. But are they violating the law based on their lyrics? No. No. Young Thug, yeah. Young Thug. Then so and to use their lyrics. Now, you can argue that in some cases in which they've got convictions, some of these guys have explicitly told what they did. And so you just have to chalk it up to just being either arrogant, stupid, or both. But in this case, Afro Man was like, listen, this is, you guys, you can't, if you can't take it, don't dish it out. I said Mac 10, but Mac from No Limit spent 20 years in prison for his rap lyrics, RNG says. It's a tragedy. If that's the only evidence that a prosecutor can present, then it shouldn't be a case. Afroman called deputies crooked cops because $400 went missing in the raid. Well, I mean, if $400 went missing in a raid, and the only people who could have taken it was an officer, then that's a crooked officer, right? I mean, how can even law enforcement argue with that? Because isn't the mission of the internal affairs is to weed out bad cops? I mean, you got bad cops. This is the way it is. You got bad construction workers. You got bad journalists. um, Afroman said police officers shouldn't be stealing civilians' money. And that's what he testified to. And he defended the First Amendment. He defended his work, I should say, on the grounds of the First Amendment, and said he issued the diss tracks to cover damages from the raid, including a broken gate and a front door. They broke his gate, they broke his front door. The warrant said it was part of a drug raid and kidnapping investigation, which none of it was the case for Afroman. And he said during his testimony that he had a right to tell his friends and fans what police did. He said the raid on his home traumatized his children who were 10 and 12 years old at the time. He said the whole raid was a mistake. It was all of their fault. All this is their fault. If they hadn't have wrongly raided my house, there would be no lawsuit. I would not know their names. Can you argue with him on that? Like these Ghetto Boys had a song called Cricket Officer back in the 90s. You remember Ice-T had the uh, F the Police song, and I think it's Ice Cube who talked about way back in the 90s about harming police officers. RG says the white lady crying on the witness stand. She is the true definition of a Karen. She will be a meme soon. Yeah, I saw that. I don't have the footage, RNG, but I saw that. And I may have saw it on your one of your posts. But uh, she's sobbing and saying essentially wishing that black people didn't live there. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. That's this is what black folks have gone through since the beginning of America. And having said that, uh, a coalition of civil rights, business, faith, and civic leaders, they took a direct approach to what they describe as a growing threat to American democracy. They unveiled a new tool designed to hold elected officials accountable and push everyday Americans to demand answers. Yesterday at Georgetown University in Washington, National Urban League President and CEO Mark Morial, he stood with members of the Demand Diversity Roundtable to introduce America 250, a guide to defending democracy. He called it a framework that's built around 7 questions that go straight to the core of power and leadership. He said, quote, "We are a civil rights, social justice, economic opportunity, and pro-democracy organization that have been working together now for better than a year to resist and push back against the assault on the American Constitution." The guide is being released as the country approaches its 250th anniversary, thus the name America 250. But Morial and the other leaders there made it clear that it's not about celebration. It's about action. It's about accountability and what they described as protecting the Constitution at a very crucial moment in this country's history. Mark Morial said the message he hears around the country is very consistent. He says, "Everywhere I go, people are in distress about the assault on the American Constitution, and they ask us as leaders, what can and should we do?" Well, he says the answer is this guide, which is a tool meant to be used everywhere from town halls to everyday conversations in communities across the nation. And those 7 questions, he says, focuses on whether leaders will uphold the Constitution, enforce civil rights laws, confront discrimination, support diversity, equity, and inclusion, protect the integrity of elections, and serve all constituents, not just political bases or donors. Melanie Campbell, the CEO of the National Black Civic Participation, and Alfonso David of the Global Economic Forum were among the many who were there in attendance. They, oftentimes they say, "What are the so-called leaders doing?" And so this guide is almost an answer to Project 2025. I say almost because we just haven't had that. And this guide, Project 2025 was a um, direct missive toward people of color. This is for everybody, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a difference. It is just a difference. Try to check out this because this next thing,
Nothing y'all can do about it.
You can't take
Ain't nothing y'all can do about it. Ain't nothing y'all can do
How
about
much
it.
land you buy here?
About 5 acres, sir.
5
The whole
acres?
5 acres.
Yeah, I know exactly where it goes.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Right while point. Right. Yeah, me too. Me and you ain't got no business talking about my land, sir.
Okay.
What you can do is argue with somebody about your land.
I know how much land
I paid
got.
every dime for this 5 acres.
Yeah.
I paid for this. My money. I
You
worked.
got me video cord?
Yes, sir.
Well, hey, how
Yes,
you
sir.
doing, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Cameraman?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know,
And let
but
me
I
let
don't
you know. Let me let you know. We don't got no business talking.
Well, just let
You
me
talk to
let
my
you
attorney.
know.
You talk to my attorney.
My lawyer,
When
you
my
can't
attorney,
dig
when
a
my
cemetery.
attorney send the letters out after the survey to the church, and the county is either coming to tear this building down or move it, you and the rest of y'all are not welcome. You can dig, you can rent it, you can rent out a spot where your family is buried at, or you could buy it. It's 30,000 for that
I'll
area.
tell you what I do, buddy. I just get the law down here.
You do that. You do that. I got my paperwork ready for him.
And you have
And I am. I'm blessed. I'm really blessed. I'm really blessed with plenty of money and a lawyer too. Plenty of money and a lawyer too. Me too. Me too. But you don't own this land though. You don't own this land though. You don't own this land though. You don't own this land. You own behind it. You own behind it. Get the fuck off my land.
So what's happening? A black man in Mississippi, he was confronted by a white neighbor, as you saw there. The man who goes by the handle FBA Mississippi on TikTok, he was standing on his recently purchased land, which is part of a 5-acre property near Jackson, when this white guy with he pulls up in his work truck, and he's arguing about this land. And what you saw and what you heard, that the folks captioned the video, a local racist is seething with rage because a black man legally purchased the property directly behind his land. And they say this raw hatred over simple property ownership, or this is raw hatred over simple property ownership in 2026. There were so many who posted about this, posted in the comments about this. It's still so interesting, as one of the posters said, in 2026 you still have this. And of course it's Mississippi too, but it's not just Mississippi. This is the US that leadership has fostered. This is the America that leadership has fostered. And so folks are acting out of their natural impulses, right? Whether that be racist or whether that be somebody looking to defend or trying to defend themselves from racists. But this man, the fact that he has to get into this dispute over his land in 2026 in America, just because he's black, it's crazy work. It's absolutely crazy work. And then there's no question, it's probably little question, I should say, that this white guy is going to try and build some sort of lawsuit or court proceedings. And so therefore, unnecessary resources have to be wasted. But, homeboy said, I got money. And the lawyer. See, that's one of the tricks, isn't it? Not just to have money, but to have a good lawyer on retainer. All the Tyler Perry movies do, right? All the black movies. You got a good lawyer on retainer. So that's what you want. Is a good lawyer on retainer and some money. Don't forget, folks, join us on Monday. A major announcement from Let It Be Known coming. You don't want to miss it, because it's going to involve some really good stuff for you, some gifts and all, giveaways and things of that nature, from a very well-heeled and well-intentioned new sponsor that we have coming. And so don't forget, stay tuned to Let It Be Known. Got some exciting stuff coming up on Let It Be Known. I want to get into this. I had not heard about this until I think The Root did something on this. The Alpine divorce. What the heck? What is the Alpine divorce? Well, it's being called the Alpine divorce. It's one of the most disturbing relationship trends to surface, certainly that I can think of. And it's not just viral. There's testimony about this. Somebody died, at least one person that we know of, because of this. The Alpine divorce it refers to when a partner, most often the man, takes his wife or significant other on a hike, only to intentionally abandon her during the hike. And it could be, well, there is some sort of ski mountain or in the woods somewhere, but they have no conversation according to many who know about this stuff. And the guy never really warns her. And yet they are here they are. He's leaving her. He's finding a way to get her stuck out there. So dangerous. Leaving someone alone sometimes thousands of feet up in the up, this is well above sea level in some cases. Dangerous terrains in most cases. Then they gotta figure out how to survive on their own. I have not heard about this. Mike B said that's why black folks don't go hiking. And he said sounds like some mayonnaise people stuff. But the point though, what the root said, that there's a growing number of black couples involved in this. That's what got my attention. 'Cause yeah, that look, I got white folks on the video there. 'Cause I just can't imagine. This trend really apparently came to light or exploded anyway after a TikTok video posted just about a month ago, where a woman documented being left alone during a hike. The clip now has been viewed more than 25 million times. She's crying in the clip, she's disoriented, and she called it the worst Saturday of my life. And she's trying to figure out how to get back. She's in some sort of mountain. And a lot of women flooded the comments, sharing what was almost identical experiences. What do you ladies, what y'all doing to y'all men today? Blame the woman. One woman said it took her 12 hours to hike out after being abandoned. She finally ran into a stranger and relied on the stranger to help carry her backpack. Another woman said she walked 2 hours alone after her partner drove off. Now, in one instant, a man was convicted of gross negligent manslaughter after he left his girlfriend on a mountain in freezing conditions. She died from hypothermia. The court ruled that he had a duty to care and he failed to do it. Can you imagine? If it's over, it's over. It's like people killing their spouses or other halves. Just leave. Especially the man, just leave. I mean, women in abusive situations can't always just leave. But come on, dude. The root says there has been for black women in particular, there has been a push to reclaim outdoor spaces as places of joy and safety. And now this trend introduces a new layer of fear into environments that should be about peace, exploration, and freedom. Social media creators have taken to offering these women advice, telling them not to blindly trust, to build physical endurance, and most importantly, to trust their instincts and not put themselves in situations that feel off. How do you could say that and it's okay. It's decent advice. You dating somebody, you married to somebody. I think if you've been with them for a little while, particularly if you're married, because that means that you have to know the person, right? At least I think, traditionally anyway. But there is nothing that could I don't understand what could unless the situation has been abusive. But what could signal to you that, "Okay, babe, we're going on this hiking trip, we're going up into the mountains, we're gonna go picnic somewhere nice, whatever." "Oh, cool." What could possibly give you, the woman, the idea that he gonna leave me up here. Wow, that's some wild stuff. Homegirl right here, she throwing splashing water on him, and he about to kill her. He welcome to your doom. It's unfathomable. Are you kidding me? And look, and the intimacy of this and all. I just don't get it. Just leave. Just leave. Leave her alone. She'll be, you know, she'll be all right. Don't leave her alone out there. Before you leave home, say, "Hey, you know what? This ain't working out, blah, blah, blah." The Mike B says, "The only outdoors you gonna see me is the barbecue." But I agree, with RNG. I know the root is saying that it's happening to black women. I'm searching for them. But I think that this can't be too many black women involved. Because first and foremost, they they fighting back. "You leaving? You doing what?" And they will, remember Tina and Ike in the back of the car? That's a black woman for you. "You ain't leaving me out here." She will do the whole Starsky and Hutch thing, get on the hood of the car. I mean, at least the black women I know. I know a lot of them. I mean, are you kidding me? I Look, I mean, come on. I Oh, god. Look, what are we doing? How you leaving the wo I mean, I'm not blaming the women at all, but I'm saying I can't imagine. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a black woman I know that would just be so passive about that. That's just out of pocket. Alpine divorce, huh? Man, dude, what do y'all do? Just walk away, before you take her out into the mountains, before you take her out hiking or to a ski slope somewhere, an abandoned ski area. The stories we find is unbelievable. That Who thinks of this? Maybe, again, they say art imitates life. I think life today imitates art. I think people are so trying to recreate, what they see on in movies, on their games that they play, because there's so many virtual reality games. But then that's why you see, in my view, so much violence, 'cause especially from younger ones, because they're like, "Okay, does that really work?" Or it's just like a video game. Maybe they think the person's gonna bounce back. We could go there too, Mike V. We could that's my I was chatting with her, and, she's so hilarious. She did wine and sip, or how you say, sip and whatever, and she broadcast that. But she's got an interesting story this morning. So, upon request, let's take a look at what she's talking about this morning.
Tuning in to Shawnee's Wine. It's your girl, Shawnee B. And if you're cooler, you got to cool her, yeah.
Disclaimer. By the grace of God, my son is going to elementary school, and we take him to school. He is not riding the bus because he stays so close to the school that they won't allow him to ride a school bus. But the fact that people still aren't honoring that stop sign arm that come out with a ugly ass, baby, our babies may not be blessed to see another day because people are in such a rush that they are speeding past those bus arms that are telling you to stop children crossing. And this video I'm going to show you, because you know I got a video. This little girl or this little boy, I can't really make out what the student is. They are blessed and highly favored. Let's roll this beam footage. Let's go. I played it for you 3 times on purpose because sometimes the focal point, you miss the other important focal points. The focal point is you see the child walking down the aisleway of the bus and you see the bus driver pulling out the signs to let cars going know they are about to stop. I'm sure the lights on the bus are flashing. There's no allegedly to that because we understand what the school buses look like and what they do. Now, bus driver is supposed to pull over to the lane closest to the shoulder or to the curb to allow these students to get off. So no risk is at the liberty of these babies' lives, okay? Now, the crazy part about this, the focal point too would be the traffic on the left side. So you can just see how fast they're going. To me, it feels like they're not even paying attention to the bus arms or the stop sign that comes out. Now, on the right side, because when I first watched the video, I was like, did she let these kids off in the middle of the lane? Nah. After reading the comments, they said that the bus driver pulled over to the side of the, not the shoulder of the road, but the lane active before you get to the shoulder of the road. That semi truck came going, Lord knows how fast, on the side of the shoulder and almost took that baby's head off. By the grace of God, I don't know if it was the child's awareness that heard the thing coming, because you can hear something coming because the wind hits you first. Like, you're like, whoa, you can hear the speed of something coming in most cases if you're not distracted. So thank God that child wasn't on their phone, as most cases they are. But as soon as that baby stepped off of that last step and got in between the doors of the school bus, that thing passed, that semi truck passed by so quick. I said, whoo, my hair went like this. I said, oh my God. Because as a parent, I can only imagine the anxiety after your child and the bus camera show your child almost having their last moment on earth when they were doing exactly what they were supposed to do. The bus driver did exactly what they were supposed to do, but the drivers failed to do what they were supposed to do. Now, people in the comments of the video were saying that they've seen that intersection and there is a particular semi truck that goes that way fast all the time. They did say that it is a company semi truck, so they don't know if it's the same driver or rotational drivers, but they are very aware of the company name of the truck. And to me, I think the police need to pay them a visit because this is unacceptable. That scared me. For real. Because now once my son does get to go to middle school, he is going to ride the bus because now the school is 10 minutes away, not 2 minutes away. And my concerns are kids are distracted with their friends, their phones, or whatever is around them. Sometimes they're not paying attention that just because the school bus arms go out, that they are safe to cross, even though you're supposed to stop. Okay? Which I'll ask you're not in a rush. If you are, leave 10 minutes early. Do you hear me? So at the end of the day, the Tennessee Patrol people are looking for you. Bad boy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Because they're looking for you. And I hope they find you. Every penalty you could slap on that person, revoking their license and taking away whatever else comes with their CDLs, and then making their insurance go up because they are definitely a risk. You don't care about human life, you can't. to go on the side of the shoulder just to pass the bus because you don't want to stop. Baby, talk to your babies though and let them know, although you are supposed to be safe, anything could happen out here. You don't know what somebody's mindset is. You don't know what they are doing mentally. You don't even know how their day is going that day. So some people are on the I don't give a damn, we don't give a what, Lil Jon mentality. They are ready to just get out of here, get out of sight, get out of mind, and they don't have any concern about who gets hurt along the way. So to that student, you probably are still shaking in your boots. You probably Harlem shaking and ain't even trying to because your life really almost disappeared. And that is crazy to me. So if y'all know any information, contact the Tennessee State Patrol so they can do their job and get that person off the road. We can't have reckless and loose drivers like that with their ugly ass because that means they'll do that anywhere, at any time, in any place. Janet Jackson. But either way, I'm just the messenger. It's your girl, Shiny B. If you're cool with your girl, go on fool with your girl. Make sure you check out my website. Let me get my fan, baby, because I keeps a fan. Yes! www.shinybeentertainment.com. Check out the fan gear. Option to drop donations, but never any pressure to do either of the two because I see the likes, the shares, the comments, the kind words, and it means so much to me, y'all. It's the little things for me. That's what LMA said. It's the little things to me. But I appreciate y'all. So I want to tell y'all, as long as I got life in my body, I'm going to always thank you from my lips to your ears for rocking with me because y'all can be anywhere in the world, but y'all come keep me company. Shout out to my girl, Aqua, for putting Shawnee's World on Vomo. If you have Apple, if you have the Amazon Fire Stick or Roku TV, Shawnee's World is on there. So if you miss me on YouTube, you can catch me on your TV screen. God is good, ain't he? That's what I'm talking about. But let's hop in the comments. Again, parents, we do still have to have those conversations with our babies, even if they do know about road safety. We just got to keep telling them, baby, somebody is rushing today. Somebody is mentally disrupted today. Please, before you get off that bus, look both ways. And the bus driver is going to help you look both ways with her mirrors, but a bus driver can't be doing everything at the same time. So just as a safety measure, double check. Use your neck and look. Already? But please be safe. All jokes aside, even if you're getting off a city bus and you grown, look. Already? But until next time, next story.
Listen, that is no joke. And I think many have seen, I know I've seen a lot of that. The cars coming by, they're ignoring that bus stop sign. That's a serious, serious thing. So hopefully, and that's one of the things that you do want law enforcement to crack down on. See, it's never what we want, right? It's never. How about that, Mike V? You got her opinion? But I want check this out. I don't know how many. I used to always check out, and I still do. I'd say used to, but the smoking gun. And I was surprised a couple of years ago that they were still around. But you got to check this out before we get out of here. This story, as she says, next story. But this guy, yes, this guy, look at, he tried to pay his bail money with counterfeit $100 bills. He tried to pay, I'll say it again, his bail money with counterfeit $100 bills. His name is Patrick Alexander. He's 33 years old. He was arrested for trespassing at a property in Chesterville, South Carolina. After a night in jail, he was brought before Judge John Davis, who set bail at $250 on what was a misdemeanor charge. He was given his belongings back so that he could retrieve bail money, only in South Carolina, right? He pulled out a wad of cash and handed the judge 3 $100 bills. And he advised the judge to keep the change. The judge said he couldn't keep the extra money, but he noticed that the color of the bills were off. He said they didn't look right. And when he flipped the bills over, he saw, check this out, Chinese writing on the back of the money. And then, just to be sure, as if they needed any more assurances, they got a detention officer to get a counterfeit currency pen, which of course determined that the money was fake. So instead of being freed, he was hit with new charges: forgery, which is a felony, and contempt of court, another misdemeanor. And now his bond has been increased to $6,000 from $250. Oh my God. The officer said that when they booked his money into evidence, they realized he had given the judge 4 of the fake bills. So they determined that he tried to bribe or tip the judge with $150 by $150 with fake money. Oh my gosh. You got to be kidding me. But this is, hey, people have done far worse crimes, right? As we know. Oh man, it is a trip, but it's great being with you guys. Thanks for hanging with your boy. And like I said, stay tuned. We already have a couple of great partners in the Bell Project and March On Pack. But we have a exciting, I'm head over heels excited about what's coming, what we're going to bring to you. Stay tuned on Monday for the big announcement. And until then, tomorrow's Friday, so we'll find some fun stuff to do. Thanks for joining. Let's
go, Flav. Hey!